Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in this video basically we'll be adding the hit testing support. Okay, so what do I mean by hit testing? I think that should be clear by a demo. Okay, as you can see there's a reticle visible, or you can say target, and when you click on the enter AR button you enter the AR experience or WebXR session. Okay, and basically whenever you tap on the reticle and a cube will be placed. Okay, that is it I guess, and I'll be again using the React XR package itself. Okay, so first what I'll do is like I'll create a folder, different folder. Okay, let me see. And let me copy this stuff and I'll create another component. Okay, this time it will be XR hit cube dot JSX. Okay, and for the XR cube what I'll be doing is like instead of copying I would better do one thing. I'll just copy this one, come here, paste it, copy this. You'll realize why I'm doing this okay later. Okay, anyway, this is the cube, and then we have the XR hit container and XR hit cube. So this is just gonna import XR hit cube. Let me first create something here. Okay, let me come here. XR hit cube, XR hit cube. Okay, this is it. And okay, let me go step by step. Okay, so first of all, what we need to tell is, since we want a hit testing support, we need to tell the AR button that we need it. Okay, so for doing it, like we have to create a session init object, and we need to pass some stuff inside it, which is something but required features. Okay, why did it not come? Weird. Anyway, required features, and I want the hit test for it to work. Okay, required feature is something like you're telling browser that it needs to have, basically the browser, that if you don't have the hit test support, don't allow this experience to start in the first place. Okay, anyway, so hit test we need. Okay, and we can come to XR hit cube now. Okay, so first what we'll do is like there are a lot of changes here. Okay, uh, just to have something I guess, no, let's do one thing. I'll just start from scratch only. So XR hit cube. Okay, so it's gonna have the I'll just remove the ambient line object control from here and I'll place it in here. Why did it not come? Weird. Yeah, sorry. Object controls has to be imported. I have imported it. Okay, now ambient light. First of all, like you had seen a demo, we need a reticle, or you can say target. So for that, I'll do is like I'll create a mesh, a 3D object again. Okay, and I'll be having some kind a ring geometry which is provided by three.js. Okay, and again I'll be giving it a color using mesh standard material. It will be color as white, and for the ring geometry I'll be giving it some arguments, okay, which you can explore and change it later. Okay, it will be 0.1 comma 0.25 comma 32. See, by the way, whenever I tell arguments and all, these are like coming from three.js. Okay, and you can anyway highlight and see what, like it's inner radius 0.1 units, 0.25 is the outer radius units, and theta segments is basically how much. Anyway, these are like, you can go through three.js documentation and see ring geometry, there will be something and you can just check it out, and those arguments are the only thing which I'm passing here. Okay, uh, this is not taken, this is basically like I told in my one of my previous videos, it's just calling that function. Okay, if you're able to recall. Okay, anyway, mesh is this, and I might be needing the reference to it in the future, so I'll just create it now only. Okay, and let's see now if what is in there. Okay, now, okay, before that I need to create a route also, I guess. Yeah. So xr hit cube xr. Okay, I did not change the name, so let me change it here. Copy, should do it. Paste. Okay, paste. Okay, and let me put it here also. Cool. Let us now run and see what we'll be getting. Let me close this also. As you can see, we have the reticle and it is in this structure, and I wanted the reticle to be in this kind of structure. So what I'll do is, like, I'll come inside here, okay, and give it a rotation around x-axis. Minus mat dot by divided by 2, basically minus 90 degrees. Let's see now what happens. Okay, you might not be able to see it, but it's there. Okay, there's a reason for that you're not able to see. It's basically uh, it's just trending the top front part, okay, instead of behind part, and that's why you're not able to see the cube, not cube, the reticle. But I think that's okay for our scenario. Okay, anyway, this is there. Now what we do is, like, I think arcs are sufficient, I feel. Yeah. Okay, and this is now, I think we have the reticle now. Now what we do is, like, uh, the React XR package and provides us basically with a hook which is called use hit test. This is basically used to perform hit testing for an AR environment, and it gives us a hit matrix which we can use to position an object on the real life surface. And using this, we'll be using reticle. But just to give a little bit, I've already explained this, whatever I'm going to explaining in my previous playlist of my Three.js WebXR playlist. But just so giving a brief overview kind of thing. Hit testing nothing but, like, you can imagine from your mobile, a ray is being passed and the ray is intersecting or interacting with your environment. Okay, and it gives some intersection points. Okay, and currently what is happening is, like, the React XR package is giving us the metrics, okay, which represents that intersection point. I don't want to go too much into 3D, but you can imagine that matrix represents the 3D location of that intersection point in the real world. And using that matrix, we are basically telling where the reticle should be placed in the real world. Okay, that's very important because after the reticle is placed, only on then we, if we tap on it, then we can place the cube in that position. Okay, uh, yeah. Again, if you feel anytime you're getting stuck, please check out my previous playlist. Okay, with Three.js and WebXR. I don't want to go too much in depth in here because React Fiber is covering a lot of base for us. Okay. Anyway, let me do one thing. I just copy it only and just modify some more stuff. And since I'm not using TypeScript, I'll remove it. And hit matrix, instead of mesh, what I'll do is, like, I'll use vertical ref. Cool. And quaternion, you can say it's a rotation. Okay, I'll not go too much in depth, but you can, for our discussion, you can take it as rotation. Okay, because it goes too much on the mathematical side. Okay, which I'm trying to avoid. Anyway, okay, I forgot to import it. Let me do use it test. Save. Okay, there are no errors. Let me enter AR. Matrix cannot set properties of undefined. Exact it here. So for some reason the reticle is not being shown in the real world. Okay, let me think about it for a second. We have the mesh, we have the reticle, we have the rotation, and we have the ring geometry, we have the mesh turning material, we have the color, the use it, and we have the hit matrix. Okay, sorry about that. I needed to put current. Yeah. If you remember, the current only has the mesh. Okay. Now it should work. Let me refresh it again. Enter AR. And there is no error. As you can see, the reticle is coming, and sometimes it comes in a weird kind of way. And I don't want this kind of anyway orientation. So what I'll do is, like, I'll fix the orientation for the like what I've done in here. I'll do it here also. Okay, let's see if anything has happened. And by the way, yeah, I'll just no, I'll set it completely. I'll just change the orientation. I just don't want it. Okay, I'll just do on the, yeah, refresh. I think this looks good. Okay. Now what we do is, like, whenever we do right click or something, we interact on the reticle. We want some kind of we need to basically track whenever the reticle has been tapped, so that we can use that location where it has been tapped to place the cubes on those locations. So for that, again, we have something called interactive, which is provided by, again, the React XR. We need to basically wrap the component under this interactive, and it gives us a lot of hooks. Okay, and I'll just be using a simple on select event. This is called when selected by a controller. Controller, you can imagine you can imagine it's basically just a tap on the your mobile device's touch screen. Okay. Anyway, I'll take the interactive, come here, paste it, basically wrap it, and I'll call the on select. Okay, let me first import it, and I'll call it place cube, because that's what we are going to be doing at the end. Okay, so function place cube, and it will have something. I'll do, instead of this, I'll just place cube. Okay, sorry, I'll do console.log e. So let's see what is coming up. Okay, in the event, through the event. Okay, now let me refresh it. Let me enter AR. Let me show the reticle and right click on the white portion. Okay, by the way, and nothing happened. Yeah, I did not click on the white portion. Yeah, anyway, you can see E event, and it is a lot of details about what the intersections are. Okay, like I told you previously, we have a lot of intersection. It's giving us one intersection. Okay, I'll be using something called the object part of the intersection. Okay, this will have the position. Okay, so I'm going to use this instead of the other place. Okay, why as such? Let me do one thing. Have to mention it here, or no? Anyway, I'll be using that. You can try and explore other values also, whether it might make sense for you to use intersections or what, because how much I'm understanding, it's just basically giving the distance, same distance. Okay, and so I'm just going to be using this intersection only. Okay, from here instead of referencing it from the array. Okay, so what I'll be doing is, like, I'll take the let position. Okay, e dot intersection dot object dot position. So I can place the reticle on that. Basically, I can get a position of where the cube needs to be placed. Okay, and I'm going to clone it. Clone is basically going to give me the position. Okay, it's not going to affect the this intersection. Just it's better to do that way to avoid any kind of edge case scenarios. Okay. So we have intersection. We in the intersection we come to object, and the object we took the position. Okay, that's what it is. Intersection, object, position, clone. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is like I'll be using something called a GUID. Okay, basically I'll be creating a unique ID for each component. Okay, because I'll be iterating it to the map. What I'll be doing is like I'll just try with date dot now. Okay, keep it simple. Okay, and now what we do is like we need to somehow store those cubes positions. Okay, so we'll do use state hook snippet basically cubes set cubes, and it will be an empty array. And in the set cubes, what I'll do is like I'll destructure if we already have any cubes, and I'll add a position comma id. Cool. And now what I'll do is like I'll come here, I'm gonna iterate it cubes dot map position comma id, and it should be per cube will be displayed based on that location. Okay, let me make it in return. Okay, and I'm going to return the cube. Okay, and I'll be passing the key of id and a position of position. Okay, so basically I need to tell the cube to render on this position. For that, what I'll do is like I'll take come here in the cube. Okay, and I will basically take the props position props. Basically I'll just destructure it only to keep it simple. I'll keep the cube, and I'll just tell the mesh to be put on this location. Okay, that's it I guess. And let me come here now again. As you can see, we have the cubes and all this are in the correct place. Okay, let's see now whether it works or not. First of all, usage is not defined again, city error. Let me enter AR. Let me show the reticle. Click right click. As you can see, the cube has been placed there. But the cube is quite big, I guess. So I'll just do one thing. I'll reduce the size. Okay. I'll keep it maybe 0.5. Let me again refresh it. Right click on the white portion. As you can see, the cube hasn't placed. Right click again. One more cube. One more cube. Now I'll exit it. As you can see, these three cubes are coming up in this normal session also, because we are already we're rendering it basically out. Sorry, we are where is it? We're basically rendering it. No, that's why. So to avoid this, we can use another hook which is again provided by React XR only. This is called use XR. As you can see, this is the one, and this is the comment. If you can see whether the XR device is presenting in an XR session. For our terms, we can say is like whether we have clicked the enter AR and we are in the AR session, or whether we are not. So I can use this. Okay, so nothing much has to be done. I'll just copy this use XR. Okay, and I would be needing the is presenting. I'll just restructure it. This presenting, okay, and I'll just import it. Okay, now what I'll do is, like, if it's presenting, no, if it's not present, basically, yeah, if it's presenting, only then I want the cubes to be rendered and shown. Okay, that's it. So now let's see. And if exit, as you can see, I don't get the cube, but I get the reticle somewhere somehow. Oh yeah, so to avoid this also, this kind of edge case, we can do is, like, we can again put a is presenting and check whether the if it's presenting and we don't want the reticle to be shown. Does that make sense? I guess we only want it to be shown when the AR session is there going on. So I'll just do that here also. And if it's not presenting, okay, just instead of showing a blank screen, what I'll do is, like, I'll show a normal cube on the default position. Cool. Let's see now how it looks. Okay, we have the cube, and let me enter the AR session. Right click, right click, right click. As you can see, I have 3 cubes, but in here I don't have any cubes. Okay, and you might have noticed something, like, when we exited the session, the cube had changed somewhat the structure. To avoid this kind of scenario, what we can do is, like, we can again use a different hook, which is called a React 3 Fiber. Okay, it's let me open it. I think I lost it. Sorry about that. Hooks. As you can see, this is the use 3 hook, which is provided by React Fiber. This hooks basically gives you access to a lot of Three.js related stuff. So we can use this hook, okay, uh, to basically get uh, to basically modify the camera. Okay, I don't know whether it would be a good practice or not, but I'm just doing micro optimizations. Okay, um, so if you're interested, you can try it. Otherwise, that's also okay, I guess. So I'm taking the camera, okay, and let me do one thing. Let me destructure it properly. Okay, and what I'll be doing is I'll be checking whether it's in a present. It's not presenting basically. Uh, Basically, it's not in an extra session. It's a normal scene where we see the one cube. Only then what I'll do is, like, I'll give the camera position dot z equal to 3. Okay, now let's see whether it's has fixed the issue or not. Okay, it was okay. I need to close this and come to here. Okay, refresh, enter AR, come here, right click, 2 cubes, 3 cubes. Okay, now exit it. As you can see, we still are in the same location. Okay, and if we again enter the AR, those cubes will be placed in the WebXR session by default. Okay, since we put the cubes and we are not clearing the cubes, if you're getting my point. Okay, anyway, but if you exit it, it's just gonna show 1 cube. Okay, and I think that's it, I guess, for this video also. I think we can do the deployment if it doesn't take too much time. Let me see if I've missed out anything, by the way. No, I don't think so. Okay, let me do it. Okay, and going for by the just to give you a heads up, okay, whatever I've done till now and what I'm doing in other 2 videos also, these I have found basically doing a lot of hit and trials. Okay, I experiment with basically how to go about using React XR to make our lives easier instead of just going about using directly the Three.js code. Okay, because it gives you a lot of helpers. I think you have noticed it. Okay, so going there might be better ways to do this, which I've done in this video, or maybe going further in the further videos for this playlist. But maybe if I find better ways again in future, I'll be creating separate videos again on improvements, maybe. But I'm not sure. And if anyone knows more about anything about what I've already done or could have been done better, do give the comments in the video description. It will be helpful for other people also who will be coming to this video and checking it out. Okay, anyway, we'll just open this link and see. To see whether it's working fine. Enter here. It should obviously work fine. Anyway, cool. That's it. And I think that's it. That marks the end of this video. And I hope to see you there in the next videos as well. Okay, and bye.